Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Empty Thoughts podcast. We're your hosts, Andrew and Nick.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you for tuning back in. We're midway through season 2. Well, just under because we're going to do 30 episodes
Yes,
and then take a little break,
right.
like a week or two break to reset and come back with some fresh ideas.
Yeah,
But
I find it's good to take a break because then we
it is.
come up with some fresh ideas.
It is.
Yeah.
If you're tuning back in and you listened to last week's episode, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't, if you skipped it, go back and check it out.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at our numbers for the week because I was just like, what's the point? The same people always listen to our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday after some more, frequent posting and stuff,
Yeah.
we'll log in and see like a jump in our numbers or something, our followers or whatever, which would be so wonderful.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys like our podcast or
Yeah.
like us,
I shared
if you're
this
a
one
friend,
on my Blue Sky, which is pushing closer and closer to 8,400
I would like for more of our friends to follow and for more of
Yeah.
our friends to share. Like if you're listening,
I know.
share it with a friend. Like
Yeah.
them subscribing and like never coming back to listen to an episode seriously still helps us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just don't understand. Like we've been pushing this for, and I understand like this. Like I have a hard time calling this season 2 because this feels like the first season where like we've actually come on here and like been and like it just feels right this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last season, like last time around,
We kind of like taught ourselves over time.
we did every single
more
episode was
what
just
to do with it. And
was just trial and error.
yeah. Yeah.
And then we took a long break
Yeah.
and came back when it felt right. And I think that was so wonderful. But
Yeah.
people are
It's
showing
been
up.
nice too. We've been pretty consistent at it too this time.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the idea, like it's like, oh, we don't have that much time and da da da, but like we do.
But yeah,
We do.
Yeah, you're right.
This is something that
Yeah.
brings you and I closer together because
Yeah,
like I had a long work week
right,
and I'm about to dive into another one.
right.
And honestly, a lot of the time with devices and Murphy and
Yeah.
having to cook supper and all of the things,
Mm-hmm.
we don't get time like this to like where we talk
And
to
then
each
time
other.
goes by so fast too. It's like you forget. Like I don't know. It's easy to get sidetracked, and then by the time you think of it or whatever, you're like, I don't want
Time
to
goes
do
by
it.
way too
Like,
fast.
yeah,
If we're gonna go down that rabbit hole, we're gonna be here for a long fucking time.
I know, right?
It's all it's something I think about a lot.
Yeah.
You know I do.
Mm.
It's something I think about a lot. It's something I talk about a lot. Just like how fast time goes, how much I want to just kind of like pause it for a minute. I don't necessarily want to go back in time.
No.
But I'd like to live in the moment more. Like I'd like to stretch the moments longer, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I know.
I'm grateful for the time that I've already spent here.
Yeah.
Grateful for all the time I'm gonna have ahead of me. Knock on wood. Like God willing that I get to live a long life. That's the goal or whatever. But not everyone gets to do that.
Right.
That's in the cards for me. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've I've been pretty good the last like few days, like trying to like get outdoors more. I find it's good for the mental health. I've become sometimes I think most of us do though, especially in the winter time, like we become like homebodies, like
Yeah.
I'm a
homebody, but I'm also not.
Right. But
like,
I also feel like for
when I'm
my mental
here,
health, like it gets better when the like weather gets better. So it's kind of like I just started making a point in the last few days to like get out and go for a walk, like with or without the dog, like because I feel like it's good for anyone. It's good to get that fresh air and catch some rays, even if the sun's not shining. But yeah, and I've been pretty good at it. Like took the dog for a good walk yesterday too, and today, and so yeah.
Yep. I was just laughing because Ellie sent me. Well, first of all, I'm glad that you have been coming out of your shell a bit, but you're not. I mean, like, I have trouble calling you a lazy person because, like, you're not lazy. You're just, you focus a lot of your energy on maybe things that aren't what stereotypically is what I
Mm.
would call productive, or others would call productive, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so saying like that you've been, like I feel like you've been doing this like all year. You go to work,
Yeah.
you help me with the dog.
Mm.
Like it's not like you're inside and doing nothing. Like
No,
you make
for
it kind of
sure.
sound like you don't leave.
And people often say, "Oh, you're on your devices a lot," but like, anyone that knows me knows I have ADHD. I'm open about it. I feel like it's important to be open about it, especially as a young male, like, because there's a stigma or whatever attached to it. But yeah, I am on my devices a lot, but like,
Oh my god, bitch! I could slap you with the
yeah, and
devices
Andrew gets so mad, but like,
every
I'm
day.
gonna be brutally honest too, and not that it justifies it, but like, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm on there learning something new. Like,
Well,
that's
that's
just who I
fine, but
yeah.
it's like
I'm
it
not
brings it,
justifying it, but I'm not, like, on there doing
but put a
foolish
pin on that for 2 seconds. It brings
Yeah.
me right back to what we just talked about 2 minutes ago
Yeah.
about us not having time to do
Yeah.
this. It's like we
That's
do
why
have
I
the
like
time, but
this
I
'cause
can't get your attention any of
yeah.
the time. So that's why I'm so thankful,
Mhm.
you know, that
Yeah.
we have this hour. But I would
It
appreciate it
gets
if you
to
would disconnect from the devices a bit more because it
oh,
does.
yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
since we're on the topic, it
Mm.
affects your mental health
Yeah, it
so
does.
much.
Yeah.
And then as a result of that, it affects my mental health.
Yeah.
It affects, just everything.
Yeah, it
So
does.
if that's something that you can commit to,
Mhm. Yeah.
disconnecting a bit more,
Yeah.
or putting one of the devices away because you usually have two in front of you, like a phone and a
I
laptop, and then you
know.
have the TV on. And it's
And the
like, girl,
TV.
and then you tell me that you're scared of getting crow's feet. It's like, girly, isn't that how you get them? Like squinting, like because there's so much light in your face.
Well,
Like,
at times it's well, maybe, but also, people that, like, don't wear sunglasses, like, when they're outside and driving and stuff. I don't know well, I mean, I personally don't know how people do that, but, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. But you're right, the screens can't be good for your eyes either. I mean but yeah.
mhm. But I mean, we're all gonna get the crow's feet.
I mean, our skin's all our everyone's skin's gonna sag at one point,
Ew, mine's gonna already.
honestly.
I have a fucking double chin, so it's like literally, I need to get rid of the double chin so I can enjoy a little bit of life before I, because I'm 30 something. I want to.
30 something, yeah.
I'm 32. Am I? Or
Yeah,
33? I'm
I'm
32.
35.
I feel like I'm just okay. That's crazy that I had to question that. Am I 32 or 33?
Right?
I mean, at this point, it's like, why does it matter? I mean, either would be just the same, I guess.
Yeah.
um, but I guess I'm grateful I'm 32 because now that I'm thinking about it, like, damn.
You just reach a certain age where you don't even pay attention sometimes, I guess.
Well, it goes by so fast.
I
It
know.
goes by so fast that you don't even have time to like really. I feel personally that
Mhm.
well, I'm kind of my own worst enemy. I spent a lot of my adult life like holding myself back,
Yeah.
like with mental restraints,
Mm.
like person, like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's I always notice it when I'm looking back, like it's never in the moment that like, oh, like this is really like fucking me right now, and like
Yeah.
it's such a great opportunity. Like I always notice it like way down the line.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just feel like I want to like come out of that a bit,
Yeah, I
break that
agree.
cycle, and like not. I don't know. Like I'm always like I said, holding myself back. If I'm not at work, then I'm canceling plans. I'm
Mhm.
finding excuses to stay home because like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I mean, obviously it's like just like poor mental health, but I know that it's doing these things like canceling plans, et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera, et cetera, is just adding to the poor mental health.
Yeah.
It's just like breaking that cycle. But now that like I'm again aware of it,
Yeah.
I'm trying to break it.
Yeah. I think that's why the other day, like, I chose to, like, pull into the park and go for a walk across the walking bridge and through downtown and back, like, because I was like, I need to start doing this, like, for myself, for my mental health. Like, it's good to get outside and get some sun and fresh air, like, and I was like, for the change of scenery too. And then like I and I didn't really like. It wasn't that I wanted to hang out with anyone. Like I didn't care. Like a lot of times I don't care to hang out with anyone, but like it was still nice to be out. There was people around, and passing you say hello or good morning or like that was, the extent of it, but it was nice. It was just nice. Like, even if that was the extent my interaction was with people,
Yeah.
like, yeah. And then I
I'd
find
holler in
after I
somebody's
just feel
face if they
good.
said hi to me on my walk.
Mm.
Because I'd have my headphones in, so I'd just be like, you not.
Yeah.
But that's just, to each their
And I
own.
discovered like so many like different things in our own city that like I didn't know existed. Like they might
Ew,
be
like
new. Or,
what?
no, just like decorations around the city. Like there's some butterflies on the top of the walking bridge now. Like big ones, like made out
like
of
not like actual
steel or
live
whatever.
ones.
Like
I was
they're
like, girl,
really
what?
pretty. Like,
Well,
and there's 3 benches over town, like behind along the trail, along behind the Crown Plaza, that are they're all painted, like the wood on them, like with I have pictures of them on my Facebook, but they were all painted by people from the Multicultural
love that.
Association of Fredericton,
Love that.
and they're gorgeous. Like, and what else did I see that was new? Oh, on in Carlton Park, on here on the north side, along the trail, like the new part there, because they did some work there. There's right down by the Fredericton sign, out of flowers, is a permanent bike air pump. It's like
Oh,
permanent in the.
wasn't there another one up by
I
where
think
we got
so,
married?
and it's free, and
But
it's
no,
just
listen, like up by where we got married, did you see one there too? I thought I
I
did
think
last year.
so,
I thought I
yeah.
did last year.
But yeah, it was just really cool, and there's new water fountains like along the trail, and they're
Well,
gonna be
we need
putting
bikes.
and they're gonna be putting better lighting up along the trail here soon. So it was just nice. It was nice, like even though it's our own city, I was like, man, it's good for the mental health. Like you just never know sometimes what you're missing in your own backyard. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I do. Because we ain't got no bikes.
Well, no,
But
I
we've been
know.
talking about them. So listen, if
Yeah.
you're listening to this and you're like, oh wait, I have a couple of not too dusty, but dusty bikes laying around.
Yeah.
And I do emphasize like I don't want no rust.
Yeah.
Like they need to like I don't want like a squeaking thing that because like I don't want no one looking at me.
Yeah. Right.
I just want to be going by fast,
Yeah.
swiftly.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So I'm like, bad as hell. So if you have a couple of bikes laying around that are mildly dusty or not dusty at all,
Right.
that you want to sell or part with for free, that'd be
Yeah.
incredible because we're incredible podcasters.
Yeah.
And people,
Yeah.
hit us up. If you
Yeah.
like text us or
Whatever.
however.
We want bikes.
Yeah, we need bikes.
Yeah, we
We
need
live in
bikes.
the most beautiful part of town, in my opinion. Like I truly
We do, and this city is really good for. The city has Fredericton has a really good is known for their trail system. So,
but this is so like anyway. So we live in the most gorgeous part of town, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Marysville.
Yeah.
It is truly the most gorgeous part of town.
Yeah.
And it's the most peaceful part of town.
Oh, amazing.
I've never been in more of like I just love it here. I truly love it here. We're going into our second year living in Marysville, which is just a little part of out right. It's connected to Fredericton. It is Fredericton, but they call it Marysville. It's just like a little suburb in Fredericton.
I think what's the sign say? It's actually Canada's
like
only for it's like Canada's first.
It's Canada's only lasting mill town.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oldest lasting mill town.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyways, because like there was a cotton mill here, and isn't a cotton like what does a cotton mill do? I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
I think they make
because like back in the it's I don't know. I just want to look into what it is. I don't know what a cotton mill is. But it was a cotton mill. Like, did they make paper out of it and stuff? I have no idea.
I think they made like textiles or something.
I just don't know anything about that stuff, so I don't want to like too much about it.
It's hang on. Always gotta.
Anyways, so
yeah,
they've converted that building that was once a cotton mill.
Yeah, it's
of sorts.
Provincial
and it's
offices,
now like
government.
They've refurbished it, and it's very historical. It's
it's so pretty.
It's historical. The whole area here just feels historical.
Yeah,
so gorgeous. Like the beautiful, gorgeous Milltown Roasters on the corner there of Canada Street and Bridge Street. Is it? I don't even know. Or whatever street that is. It's so gorgeous here.
Right.
I love it. I feel like the only thing that could make it better is if I worked in Marysville.
Just learned something new
What'd you
as we
learn?
were talking about Marysville.
Okay, well, what's the mill? Cotton
Well,
mill.
okay, so that I need.
Okay, well, what'd you learn? And then go
Well, I
into the cotton
learned
mill.
that Marysville, so it's now considered just a suburb of Fredericton.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But it was named only in 1993 as a National Historic Site for being one of Canada's last intact 19th century mill towns. So we were somewhat right, but it's just interesting that it only happened in 1993. So Marysville is a National Historic Site. That's really cool, and so it's even cooler to live here knowing that now. What is a cotton mill?
Yeah. So anyways, we live in Marysville. It'd be nice to have some bikes to explore the area more
Yeah.
and etc. etc.
So
Because we're handy to like things like the walking bridge and stuff, like you mentioned.
I was right. A
You're right.
cotton mill
What?
uh, is a building that houses machinery for processing raw cotton into yarn or cloth. These mills are crucial during the Industrial Revolution, transitioning from hand production to mechanized factory systems. Interesting. So they made like that's why I thought yarn and like fabric. So yeah,
Yeah, that is interesting.
yeah.
I guess.
But I find it really neat that this area's this area has like is considered a national historic site now. It's just really neat. So neat.
Yeah, it
So
is.
that's Marysville. It's so pretty.
It
Don't
is.
forget about Marysville if you ever visit Fredericton. Honestly, you'll get some good pictures
So
here.
aside from
Yeah.
the day that you walked downtown, anything else that you did this week that you can think of?
I don't know. What did I do this week?
I don't know, rolled around in farts. I worked
Right.
a lot. We went to go visit my sister and my niece because they live
Yes. We've been
in the
enjoying
area,
that
which is so
luxury
wonderful.
now.
Well, we've visited twice,
Yeah.
which is crazy because they've lived here for what, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's 2 more times than we would have if they lived in Eckwick.
Really, honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's how I see it. And like, it's a great visit. It doesn't feel like no one has to
Yeah.
drive 20 hours to get there. Like,
And Violet loves it. I can tell.
Violet's fantastic. Like, she's my everything. And
She just loves that we're close.
yeah.
Now.
Well, if
Yeah.
had I known that they were home, we would have been there sooner.
Yeah.
But I assumed, and I always assume.
Yeah.
My sister and I are both the same.
Yeah.
In the sense that like we assume a lot. And
Yeah.
we don't always give enough information. So I asked her, I was like, hey, like what time will you be home for us to, like, and we'll come by and visit.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm gonna pick Violet up for 5:30 and then we're gonna go to DQ and then home. I was like, okay, sweet. So I
Yeah.
assumed that she would message me when she got home from DQ because like in
Yeah.
my mind, they're going to DQ to have ice cream.
Right.
But they stopped there to get like a meal and ice cream on the way home, like through the
Yeah.
drive-through.
Yeah.
Which is also like, I mean, like who wants to sit in Dairy Queen right after work? I get that too.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
But oh shit, what's going on? Trying to reconnect. Make sure you have a stable internet connection.
Murphy's a dreaming. Look at him.
What the hell?
What?
The shit, man. It's like trying to reconnect. Make sure you have a stable internet connection. And it's paused. What's wrong with our internet?
Did it recorded most of the podcast though, right?
Okay. No, it's frozen. Yeah, like I get why they
Yeah.
didn't eat at Dairy Queen.
Right.
They decided to just go home and eat. Anyways, the whole point is like she messaged me like an hour after they got home, and she was like, "Hey, like we're here. Like, are you guys coming?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Anyways, we got there, and she's like, "Oh, Violet was bugging me for the whole hour. Like, where's Andrew and Nick? Like, I really want them to come over. Are they coming over? Can I call them? Can I call them?" And I was like, "Girls, like, why did you not message me?" I was like, "I thought you were like what the hell?" But like the whole point is like she does miss us, and she does
Yeah.
get excited when we come over.
Yeah.
But of course, like even if she didn't, like even if she hated her gunkles, I would still go visit her.
Well, yeah.
Like I mean, like I feel like she won't hate us until she'll never hate us.
Yeah, I hope
But I
when
do
she's in
she'll hate
like
her
middle
parents.
school and she like
No, she won't hate us. She'll hate her parents.
yeah, true. She'll always love her gay
She
uncles.
will. We'll be the most fun. We will not allow her to drink and smoke. We're not those gunkles.
Yeah, no.
We're not gonna buy it for her and we're
And
gonna
she
holler in her
ain't
face.
taken off
No, she
with
ain't. No fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry.
with men with
No, wait, listen, she could do whatever the hell she wants when
well, she
she's
can
a
do that, but
teenager.
we got to
But she's not
her
coming to us
gunkles
to
will need to approve.
yeah, she ain't coming to us for no weed and liquor because like
No.
we're not those gunkles.
We'll be screening
But like when she
the
hollers at her
men.
parents and she needs some support, we'll be on her side, of course.
The men will have to pass the screening interview with
Ew,
the
I'm not
gunkles
interviewing anyone.
before they date our niece.
You'll be farting in faces.
No.
Yeah, you will. You've done it before.
No.
Really, Nick? Anyways, let's just try to. I sorry, my voice just kind of like did something there. I do have a glass of water here, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to sip it as when like I desperately need it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to run to the bathroom and pee. I did have
Yeah,
the
no, for
coffee
sure.
and that work water.
Work water. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is that?
I'm not a huge fan.
I don't know what it is. Like, what is it? Is it water? Like,
It tastes like water, but it's like a blueberry flavored water. It's very mild. I don't like a flavored water like that.
oh,
And it has 180 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is insane.
isn't that a lot of caffeine?
It's a lot of caffeine.
What's in like coffee?
Probably like 80 milligrams.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think.
Like, I don't know about what, like, and work water? Like, what?
Putting in work.
Like,
And that's what I thought I'd be doing. And I did. I had one of
like
those
one
yesterday.
of those things like, oh, here, come drink the pink drink.
No, it's literally work water that I got from the grocery store. It's not. It's they don't sell MLM stuff at the.
No, I know.
You're fuck. But they don't. They don't sell MLM stuff at the grocery store.
No,
to my knowledge, I got it in the energy drink section.
Yeah.
And they were on sale 2 for $3 at like two kind of largish cans, and they were 5 calories per thing, which is important because I was planning on.
Well, I guess if they're only 5 calories, then
super good, but it's not. But the high caffeine content did put me to work. Yesterday I was putting in work, and then today moved our bed. I moved the treadmill.
Right.
Threw a bunch of shit out, moved the couches, like, and without even realizing.
Yeah.
So I may not be a huge fan of the flavor of work water, but when I need to get shit done here and there, and I don't have it in me to get going,
right?
Like, which is
you know what I did years ago.
I need to drink of that again,
or what I tried years ago. It was like one.
So listen, work water.
Yeah.
I want a brand sponsorship if possible.
Yeah. So years ago, like when I still lived out in Winnipeg, when I worked like early morning, 3:45 in the morning shifts, like at the airport, I got to a point, and I did that for like 5 years, and I got to the point where I was like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? Because I didn't always want coffee. Like, I just didn't always feel like I wanted a coffee. So I was like, but I need something to like wake me up or keep me awake because I work 12-hour shifts. Like, and I was like, and I don't want to drink energy drinks all the time at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, so I found these like caffeine pills or whatever. I don't know.
I used to take caffeine
and
pills
I'm telling you,
all the time.
They made me like so sick.
Sick.
Like messed with my stomach and everything. And I was like, maybe I'm not meant. Maybe it's not good to like take caffeine straight up or whatever.
I used to take caffeine pills at work, and I'd be like a fucking psycho.
Yeah, I was like,
no. Done because
no,
I worked as a night auditor.
Yeah,
but I wasn't a full-time night auditor. I did like 3 shifts, like 4 to 12,
right,
on the desk, and then I would do 2 audit shifts on a rotation. So I was like,
hated night audit. Like,
I was dead.
How come our generation we've like all done night audit in a hotel?
I don't know. Listen, my background is literally like I had a plan.
Yeah.
I took a travel and hospitality course. I was going to work at the front desk of a hotel,
Yeah.
get all of the ins and outs and figure it all out,
Yeah.
save some money, and then go ahead and open a bed and breakfast someday by
Yeah.
myself. I never saw myself getting married.
That'd be great as a couple. Oh,
Like my life just looked so different back then, and this was
Right.
over a decade ago now.
I think the bed and breakfast thing is maybe still in the plan. I just think we'll do it together sometime.
Well, I definitely wouldn't be doing it as a single person now. That's for
Right.
sure because I'm married.
Like, how cute would that be, me, you, and Murphy? And
It'd be
like,
well. Now the plan is everything has changed, not
right?
just even in my personal life, but in the world.
Yeah.
Economically, everything has changed
Well,
since
yeah.
then. Like everything,
Seriously.
like I paid $700 for rent back a decade ago.
Yeah. Remember I told you?
I think I paid like $650 for a 2-bedroom off of Barker's.
I'm sure.
Off of Greenwood Drive.
Remember I told you I lived in Winnipeg, my first apartment? It was in like a high rise, and it was like $825 or $850 a month, and I had heated underground parking, and there was an Olympic-sized swimming pool in there, and there was also another like
You let people
hotel
into your
room,
tavern in that pool.
and there was also another. Actually, never went in it. Once I did.
I'm talking about your app.
And then there was also another hotel room like in the building that you could rent for like $20 a night or whatever, and it was set up like a hotel room. So if you had like family come or whatever, they could stay in there or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great, and it was like $850 a month.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, it was a lot easier for me as a young person.
Yeah.
I was 21 or ish around this time to dream.
Yeah.
Like these things didn't seem so far fetched. Now I can't even imagine how crushing it is to be a 20-year-old. Like looking like I seriously can't.
Right.
At least I had hope then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like I still have hope, but it's because I'm at a different point in my life. We're not selling off. We're paying off debts.
Yeah.
We're stable. I'm not drinking. Like there's a lot of things that are different than back then, but I feel bad for young people, especially young people that don't come from a family with money. They're the ones that are. I can't imagine. Like their mental health must really fucking suck. Everything is so expensive.
Like generation that like when we graduated,
like that's when J life
we could like get a job and get our own place like pretty much right away.
I literally listen. Get this.
The generations that followed can't.
No, well, listen. I don't know how it is now. I don't know what people are paying minimum wage and stuff now. But I worked at the St. Mary's supermarket.
Yeah.
As I carried people's groceries out, and I was able to afford my own place.
Yeah.
By myself.
Yeah.
Girl. And I didn't like I had money. I was able to still go out and do whatever I wanted. I lived like a normal 21, 22-year-old. Like it wasn't until after the pandemic that everything became so crushing.
I know.
Everything has been so crushing since COVID. And it's not let up. It's gotten worse. And I'm not even talking politics. I'm talking purely just living. Living standards. Or living like the ability to live.
And now we got like these billionaires trying to take over the world.
Oh, bitch, we're getting into that. We're getting into that
Seriously.
here, and I think that's a great segue. You know, and that was unintentional, but here in my notes, we were going to be talking about a disgusting. I don't even want to call it a wedding because it wasn't. It was a disgusting display of wealth. It was
1,000,000%.
Like, why would the fuck was Sydney Sweeney there? What connection does Boobs McGee, Bathwater Boobs McGee, have to do? Like, what connection does she have to Bezos?
Right.
Besides, she probably gave him some titty fuck. Like, and I'm not trying to sound misogynistic or anything, but she literally sold her bathwater in a soap with a hole in it, like to perverts. Like, so I mean, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah,
you truly can't. Like, I mean, I'm all for it. Like, I mean, listen, if I had to, I am saying right now, I have done worse for less, I'm sure, than whatever Sydney Sweeney's done. So I'm not trying to sound misogynistic at all. I'm just saying, what the fuck is she doing there?
I know.
All it was is a parade of anyone that's hot and famous and rich right now.
Right.
Grossly rich.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Like,
well, and like the people in Venice too, they're like, you can't just like, since when can you like rent the city for your wedding?
First of all, like aside from that, they have nonstop tourists there year round, do they not? Like, it's just they never. Like, I would
Yeah.
hate to be a local.
But it's just like it's what people are saying. Like they literally like rented the city. Like since when? It's not a venue.
It's not a
It's people's
venue.
home. Like
It's
you don't
so
need to
disturbing.
rent. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go to Italy and rent, or go to Canada and I'm gonna rent Fredericton for my wedding. And like, shut the fuck up.
There'd be no way
Like
for them to.
seriously.
Oh my
Like
god, man!
all of you.
It's honestly
And then
really hard to
Ivanka
fathom.
Trump and Jared Kushner were there. It's like, oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, who gives a? I mean, I have to pause for a second. I have to sneeze.
Sorry. Oh, Andrew has to see this. So I can talk.
Okay, like when I say,
There we
um, yeah. Anyways, guys, I sneezed or whatever. It was great.
go.
And Nick's got the live going again.
Yeah.
Nick's streaming on TikTok live. If you guys ever want to tune in there, we are going to live stream while we record. Sometimes,
Yeah.
um,
Definitely.
maybe all the time. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
So we were talking Sydney Sweeney bathwater and all of the things.
Right.
So also speaking of Sydney Sweeney, she was seen walking in the same vicinity as Orlando Bloom, and now everyone's like speculating, even though I saw the photos and it didn't really look like to me like they were together.
Oh, really?
But they also kind of did. I
Yeah.
don't know if she was walking ahead of him to like so it wouldn't start like a media thing or whatever, but
Right.
it seemed like maybe they had maybe French kissed maybe
Yeah.
the night before, something like there was a little guilt in her face or something, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. But people are digging into it based off
Well,
of these photos. That's what they're all saying from the photos.
right.
And they're saying that they might be dating.
Yeah.
And that means that Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have officially called it quits after I believe 11 years.
Yeah.
Was it 11 years? Or anyways,
I don't
they've
even
been
know how
engaged
long
for like
it's been.
7 or 8 years or something like that. So I don't know how long they've been together fully.
Yeah.
I think they said 11 years. Anyways, they have a kid together. Her name's Daisy.
Yeah.
Katy Perry's just been having a really, really rough go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's been about a year since she released Woman's World,
Hmm.
or maybe it's been over a year by now. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just been nonstop since then.
Right.
But you know what? She brought it on herself, and she continues to by just being so out of touch and such a shitty person.
Yeah.
Like just a couple of days ago or today, and even today I saw it again.
Yeah.
Actually, a fan was trying to give her one of those La Boo Boos at a concert,
Mm.
and she took her microphone and slapped it out of their hand. It was like right rude.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean? Like, why would you do that? Like, it's
Yeah.
just bitchy.
Yeah.
Like, this fan paid like a lot of money to get there, and if you
Yeah.
don't want it, just don't accept it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just slap it out of their fucking hand like a bitch.
Right. Yeah. That's not cool.
It's like no matter what she does,
Yeah.
it's the wrong thing, and it's
I
all on
agree.
her, man. It truly is because she's just like
Hmm.
she seems to prove time and time again that she's not only out of
Yeah.
touch but just not a good person.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on what happened for them to end their relationship, but it did end.
Right.
We'll
Yeah.
never know why unless they speak on it. And Katy Perry likes to speak on things for clout. Like we all
Oh
saw
yeah.
media attention. Like we all saw well, maybe not all of us. I did. I
Mhm.
watched the Witness Worldwide thing, and it was like a 90-hour like continuous stream
Yeah.
of her in like this house, like a Big Brother style type situation.
Right.
And she answered like a lot of questions. She like ranked her sexual partners and all of these things, and
Yeah. Something's wrong with her. Like.
well, that's very evident.
Yeah.
It is. It is. It is. It is.
Yeah.
How much did they say, or how much are people reporting the wedding to have cost between Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez?
I saw something upwards of 55 million.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I think my
And
favorite
I
thing.
think per person, like they paid like something like 20,000 or more per person,
20,000 for what?
like their food and stuff or whatever. I saw something. Hang on. Actually, we should look this up.
You bring that up while my favorite thing to
Costs.
come out of the wedding so far is a
Right.
photo of, because yes, the Kardashians were there.
Oh,
of
of
course they
course.
were. Chloe and Kim are on a boat, and Kim's posing for the camera, but Chloe's actually taking a photo of herself.
Yeah.
I just find like that to be the best thing that's come out of the the wedding. You know,
Right.
I think it might have been worth $55 million for that photo alone.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know.
Someone asked me if it was AI when I sent it to them. I was like, no, they only have 5 fingers.
Yeah, like,
For some reason, AI just can't do like hands. Like AI can never get like an image perfect. It
no,
can't.
no.
It can. I can always personally. I've always been able to tell if an image is like not real.
Right. I know. Like, it's just wild to me. So let's see what this says here. Because I saw, so they said there was between 200 and 250 guests.
Sorry, what?
What? Oh, between 200 and 250 guests were there. Oh, they say it
How
costed
many?
55 million. Between 200 and 250 guests were at the wedding. There
I
was
like. I'm just trying to comprehend what could have possibly have costed
right.
$50 million.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hang on. So this is what we need. Breakdown.
While you look that up, I'm just going to quickly pause.
So this is pretty much all
A breakdown. Okay, sweet. Give it to
breakdown.
us.
So this is just some of the, like, I guess I would say the stats or the what it took to put their wedding, this Bezos Sanchez wedding on. So they were expected to host between 200 and 250 guests. So somewhere in between there is how many were there. Approximately 90 private jets from around the world landed in Venice with people going to the wedding. 30 water taxis transporting attendees to the festivities. Local protests said that I don't, we know that. Yeah, so average couples are routinely spending for Bezos. 50 million is a fraction of his income for everyday American. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I saw it was like 20 or $30,000 a person. That, like, because you know how it's like you pay per plate or whatever when you're serving food at a wedding, like that the wedding or that the wedding couple incur, like when they incur the costs. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it's usually like, I think normal we pay, it's like the average person pays like maybe $100 a plate or whatever. Like
Yeah.
theirs was like they paid like 20 or 30,000 a person a head or whatever. So because they're
It's
so
disgusting.
rich, like yeah, and 90 private jets.
Like, could they not share?
Well, they all have their own, right?
Yeah, I
And
get that,
you
but could
can
they
be
not all
damn
like get on
sure
like with each other?
that Chris flew there in her private jet. Kim went in hers. Kylie probably went in hers. I feel like
Ew.
Kendall probably went with whoever. I don't think Kendall has
Was
her
Kendall
own.
there?
Yeah, I saw pictures of her. I'm
See, I
pretty
didn't
sure.
really look at that many
See,
photos.
and see, they would too. They'd all go separately in their
I need
own
to get on
plane.
TikTok today and
Like,
after this and
so
look.
you think about it, and then 30 water taxis.
Water taxis. Is that what those things were? Like the boats? That's what they
Yeah,
were getting
because
on.
Venice,
I was wondering
they
what they
don't
all
really
actually
have many
entail.
roads in Venice. It's all
Yeah,
canal
all canals.
waterways, right?
Welcome back to my motherfucking canal.
And then his yacht was there.
Shout out
His
to Nosh Dependa his
and
podcast with Alanized.
they did that. They did a foam party on that yacht. Must have seen the
I
picture.
did see a couple. I guess people are like concerned because Bezos isn't. And I call him Bezos because what is that his name? Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
We'll
I
call
think
him Jeff.
something's wrong with
Oh,
him.
something's definitely wrong with him. Look at photos of him.
Like along the lines
People are
of
concerned
whatever's wrong
because
with Elon Musk. Like,
people are concerned because he is not putting sunscreen on his bald head.
yeah, and I think he's on like the ketamine or something.
What? I think ketamine makes you like fall asleep. It's a
Well, I don't
tranquilizer.
know. Whatever Elon's on, mixture of things he's on, but But like Bezos is weird. I don't know. They're all weird though.
I think they're weird, but just in different ways.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk is like just something.
Something. I don't
And Jeff
know.
Bezos is
I
also
don't know
just
that
something.
that Elon is
A
of the
different
same
something.
species.
Well, I would,
Sometimes.
yeah, no.
Like,
I mean, he looks like he has like something like a little robot. Like he's a robot with like a little person, little alien person in
yeah.
his chest with like
Well, you've seen him
controls.
in like the
Have you seen Men in Black?
Oval Office, like
Have you? Well, I never really paid attention, so no, I
going
didn't.
like that off into space. Like it's like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you even present? Like,
Well, he probably wasn't. Why was he there?
no. And then jumping up on the stage about on election night. There. Oh my god.
On election night. Oh, jumping around. I did see that.
Yeah.
I saw clips
Like,
of that.
oh
But I need people to understand
yeah.
that I do not like as tuned in as you are.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And that's why I think maybe you're so disconnected, I feel sometimes to me, because like I don't want to talk about those types of things.
Yeah.
But that's all you want to talk about. So it's like
But yeah. It's interesting, that's for sure.
it is, well, it can be. But have you seen Men in Black?
I have, but it's been like
Well,
probably like when it first came out or something.
we'll have to rewatch it like ASAP, maybe
Yeah.
later on, like while we're in bed.
Mm.
There is a part in the movie where there's like it appears to be a human,
Yeah.
but once the human passes away, their
Mm.
chest or stomach area or whatever opens up, and there's a little green alien in there
Mm.
controlling this robotic looking person.
Yeah, that's like Elon.
That's Elon.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
To me, it is.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't know.
Jeff Bezos. I mean, if you're, I think that there's a lot of people that. Another photo that I really enjoyed that came out of that, actually, sorry guys, is a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
He's
what's with
getting
the
on the
hat?
boat and he has the hat over his face as if we don't know it's him. Why is he always doing that? It's like, bitch, we can fucking see you. And it's like
It's like he was guilty of something and was
because
like
yeah, he flew in there on a goddamn private jet, going to the richest man, one of the richest men, person.
wedding of the year.
Dude, it wasn't. It was not a wedding. I refuse to call that fucking.
No, but they called it like the wedding of the decade.
No,
it's
the
like,
wedding of the decade actually happened earlier in the week. It was last week actually, and it was Mrs. Remy Ashton, and Cal. And we've been watching nonstop vlogs about that.
Yeah,
nonstop.
Yeah.
So
seriously, like I couldn't believe it when the news said like that it was the wedding of the decade, like this Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos. I was like, what? Like he just started Amazon. Like he's not like
he's a fucking weirdo,
and also a weirdo. Like
also, who the hell is Lauren Sanchez? Like she literally needs to leave her poor face alone. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because she's starting to not look so well. And I'm all for people like doing whatever they want with their bodies, but when it becomes so to a point where it's offensive to look at, like actually, like it's like okay, like
yeah,
in a way where it like makes you feel like that person's in pain or something.
And those women need to stop wearing those dresses
where it makes it look like they're like have
so
no
that
waist.
they can make their waist look small enough that you could literally wrap your two hands around it.
They're obsessed. Kim Kardashian's obsessed with it. I can't believe. I don't understand what's wrong with people.
Like that does not look good. Like,
and I don't think they're doing it to look good. I think they're doing it to look. I don't know, like not good. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, most those outfits they wear on those red carpets and what's that big one that they do in New York? It was recently.
The Kids' Choice Awards?
No, that big fashion one.
The Met Gala.
Like half of those, like they're the most ridiculous looking outfits. Like,
but that's the point.
It's the point. I get
Kim
it.
Kardashian goes there with her waist, and it's too much.
They need to stop.
Listen, the Kardashians may sometimes hit the mark. Like they may sometimes like understand the theme, but they always make it in a way that's like they can never miss an opportunity to like highlight like unrealistic beauty standards. Like they want so badly
So
to
it's
look in a
so
way
worth
that
it to suffocate
yeah,
themselves.
it
Like,
is it is them because they're like, okay, like nobody can achieve this or something. I don't know. It to them,
I
I think
know.
they get off on it.
It's
They
crazy
have
to
to
me.
because why else would they like? And they've made careers off of it.
And what's crazy to me is they all walk around like they're normal. Like
I honestly feel like
they're like us. It's like you're not though.
well, I wonder how they're all billionaires. Honestly, I truly do wonder because
Yeah.
the only person like they're all really good friends with Lou M. Taylor, and they're
Yeah.
all do business with Lou M. Taylor, and
Yeah, of course.
they own a church that they use to funnel their fucking
Oh
money
yeah.
through. They do look into it
Mhm.
with the help of Lou M. Taylor to
Yeah.
help with taxes and shit.
Mhm.
They claim it's a church or
Yeah.
whatever. You'll have to look into it.
Mhm.
Um, I reckon I wonder, and I say wonder, and I say that actually, you know what? I'm going to rephrase this. I feel
Mm.
like a lot of Britney Spears' money
Mhm.
has gone into certain Kardashians' business ventures or
Well, yeah, because wasn't
bank accounts without
Kim
or whatever.
like who was didn't Kim work for Britney Spears?
No, she worked for Paris
Oh,
Hilton
Paris Hilton, yeah.
as a closet organizer, and
Yeah.
so they had a reality show coming out, kind of as Paris Hilton was the blueprint back then,
Mm.
and Paris Hilton. So yes, Kim Kardashian was working for her, but Paris Hilton had um, The Simple Life about to come out, and
Yes,
around the same
yes.
time that that show was about to premiere, a sex tape was released
Yeah.
that Paris Hilton had filmed when she was 19
Mhm.
with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, I guess, at the time of the release, but at the time of filming, it was her boyfriend.
Yeah.
He released it without her consent, and it was literally what we would consider now revenge porn,
Yeah.
and it just like it's to like today Paris Hilton will talk about it, like she talked about it on the Call Her Daddy podcast,
Mm.
and I'm so glad that she's come to a point where she can talk about it publicly,
Yeah.
but she's carried so much shame for so fucking long because of that, and people have been so
Yes.
quick to dismiss her
Right.
and assume that she's a disgusting, horrible, like, and I hate to say it, slut. And
Mm.
this is, I'm taking words from people.
Yeah, yeah.
And Paris Hilton will say that she's been called it herself
Yeah.
just because of this one incident that she didn't have any control
Yeah.
over.
I
And even if
agree.
she did have control over it, like, I'm not going to sit here and call Kim Kardashian a slut. Like, she used her body to get really famous, and that's good for her. Good for
Mhm.
her. I would do the same if I was sexy and beautiful. I truly would.
Yeah.
But I do wonder how they're all billionaires. And Britney Spears came out of this conservatorship that was almost 2 decades long with
Yeah.
under $100 million when her perfume line alone was over $1 billion in revenue
Mhm.
alone. Not to
Mhm.
mention all the tours she did. She
Yeah.
did Vegas residencies.
Yeah.
Nick, it's just insane. Like I'm wondering why nobody is holding people accountable. Like Hollywood's just taking these
Uh-huh.
people that are
Yeah.
vulnerable and have family that are disgusting and willing to play
They're
along
like
with it,
puppets.
and chewing them up and spitting them out and draining them, like
Mhm.
using them as if like they're toys
Yeah, I
to
know.
make the money,
Mhm.
and severely damaging them with drugs. And then when they're no longer valuable to them, they just discard them and enjoy the money that they've made off of them.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
No, it's not there. Mm-mm.
So I wonder. I mean, I do wonder. Like, I feel like poor Brittany, she's not on those meds anymore,
No.
and it's clear looking at her Instagram.
Yeah.
But as happy as I am that she's not on those meds anymore, I feel like it's done so much damage to
It's
her. She should.
mentally handicapped
It's
her.
mentally handicapped her, and I feel so bad. Like
It's
she needs people
awful.
around her that are not going to be taking advantage of her,
Mhm.
not giving her drugs, not
Yeah.
sexually taking advantage of her. Because like, there's so much. Like she said it herself, like she's been trafficked.
Yeah.
Like in that court recording that
It's
came out that
like
was
that's
super
what the
explosive,
industry is. It's you're just
but she was genuinely
yeah.
like truly like under that conservatorship. Like
Mhm.
I can't think of another celebrity in
I saw
modern day.
her and her entourage came through the Winnipeg airport when I worked there years ago. I didn't know at the time, like, what that was all about and or even that it was happening, but it was when I think back, like, it was all just, like, unreal, like, it was a whole thing and, like, 50 or 80 people around her, like, it yeah, it
Like
was just
I
disturbing.
get the need for like some bodyguards and stuff, but they had that many people around her to completely make sure that she was disconnected.
Oh, yeah, and they didn't even so they had closed first class off to the in the plane because they didn't fly private, Anyway,
Good on her. I
what?
think she does now. I said good on her.
Yeah. So anyway, they had closed that off for her and her team or whatever. And when they got off the plane into the jetway that connects the plane to the terminal, they didn't even go up into the terminal. They had this motorcade of all blacked out SUVs pull up outside the jetway, and they all got off and went down and got in, and it went off. It was just appalling. Like,
I love her so much.
yeah,
Britney Spears was like one of my. I can't remember another artist that I loved more than Britney Spears growing up until
yeah, I
Avril
know.
Lavigne came along. But Britney Spears, I never grew out of Britney Spears like I
No.
did with Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne eventually to me became a throwback, which is so sad because I love
Mhm.
her so much and I still listen to her music. And I went to a concert of hers recently,
Yeah.
and that was a lifelong dream of mine.
Mhm.
Love her, wish her well, wish her great success. But for Britney Spears, there was never a moment, and there's still not where I'm like, she's a throwback for me. Like she's always been relevant to me. She's her like all of her projects, whenever they've come out, have been big to me.
Yeah.
All of them, even Britney Jean,
Mhm.
Glory, the last one that she put out was so big. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that I really tuned into that album when it was releasing
Yeah.
because it was the last thing we got from her.
Right.
Besides Hold Me Closer, which I think, I don't know, I feel like it may have been. I don't know how involved she actually was with that.
You're right. Right. Yeah.
I don't. And then Will I Am released something that sounded AI. That
Mhm.
song that he released, what was it even called?
I can't remember what.
Horrible song.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
had nothing to do with that. And she
Oh
even
yeah.
said,
Absolutely.
like, it's just like taking advantage of her. Like she said herself, like she doesn't want to release anything, and people have to respect. Like we have to respect that. We
Yeah.
have to.
I agree.
Like no matter what anyone says, like I am the first one to say, like Britney Spears needs to be back in that booth, but when she's ready to be, if she's
Yeah.
ready to be, because there's nobody else. Like she is Britney fucking Spears.
Yeah.
There's so many girls out right now that people are trying to compare to her.
Mm.
God rest their, or God bless them.
Mhm.
Like Tate McRae, all of these girls that are great in their own respects, but there is never, ever
Yeah.
going to be another Britney Spears. There will
Right.
never be another Britney Spears. She
No.
can,
No.
like seriously,
There won't.
if she chooses, she will have a career like Cher, in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Mhm.
Yes, as the pills and the medications that she was forced to take and whatever, and the severe abuse and trafficking and
Yeah.
isolation and all of the things that she went through for so long
Yeah.
has affected her, but she's not too far gone. Like I don't believe that anyone could ever be too far gone.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to believe that,
Right.
especially with her resources, and if she does have the right people around her,
Yeah.
she can continue on in her life. And if she chooses,
Yeah.
and I mean like in like a healthy way, a
Yeah.
way that's healthy for her, where she can like live on her own and make her own decisions and
Right.
not be kind of like at risk to like outside influence, like from like, you know what I mean? Because like
Oh
if
yeah.
you're
For sure.
hurting from like a lot of trauma and abuse, but also on top of that, like you add in that she's no longer medicated for like these things that were like these really intense medications that she was taking for so long.
Yeah.
Like all of
Yeah.
these things that like come with like not taking those anymore.
Right.
Like she is probably at risk of being like easily persuaded
Yeah.
at the least, at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
So I just hope that she has the right people around her.
Right.
There's the media is always going to want to try to take her down. That's something that I still see today.
I know.
Like the media is obsessed with just. I can't think of
I
anybody
see a lot
else.
of
Even Katy Perry today.
media making fun of like her dancing on.
Oh my god!
Like,
listen, I get it. And it's because
sometimes I get it. It is funny that it's like
I would like some of it is funny, but some of it is like, oh, this poor fucking
but
girl.
I actually find myself often watching them being like, she's just so gone. Like,
if this is how she chooses to spend her time now that she's free, fine.
Yeah.
As long as she's safe and not
and
has
just
people
like
around her that are
like,
care for her.
suffering it to a certain degree. Like I don't
She
know.
looks healthy and fine.
Like that's what I just hope that like.
But
she
obviously
also is handicapped a bit because of that. But like
we don't know that she's handicapped.
We don't know for sure, but
we should probably stop saying that.
I know, but it's possible. Like, so my thing is, my hope that if that is the case, that her dances she does on Instagram, that it just simply brings her happiness, and that's why she does.
I hope so too.
And
I think it does.
Make fun
and she feels sexy and great. And I think for so long she was used. I'm gonna just what I was wanting to say really quickly
Yeah.
there before we shifted gears about Britney was
Yeah.
that she also appeared to be healthy and fine when she was in the conservatorship too, right?
Right.
So me
Like,
thinking
must
right
have been
now
a
that she,
cocktail of
yeah, well,
it's not funny, but, like,
she was fine before the conservatorship.
I
She
know.
was literally fine.
Like, that shaving her head episode, I
I
think that was whatever they were giving her.
as no, she wasn't under a conservatorship yet. She had just had two
Okay, she
children.
wasn't. Okay.
She was being Nick. The amount of paparazzi. I don't know if you've ever seen
I
done
did, yeah,
like
but
seriously, like
yeah.
the way that I've never even Katy Perry today. People are like, "Oh my god, leave Katy alone" and stuff. And it's like, yes, like leave her alone, but also nobody ever
Yeah.
like if you lived through like the Britney Spears
Yeah.
era, like 2000 like 5 through when she got into the conservatorship, I'd say like
Yeah.
man, she really fucking went through it.
I think that happened,
People
and that
really were
was
trying to like.
their time. They're like, we can get
I
her
think it was
again.
always orchestrated.
Yeah.
I truly I think that
Oh,
from the
like they sent the paparazzi to make
well,
her.
no, yes, that, but
Yeah.
also like, well, the media loves to pick apart a woman, but never like Britney.
Right.
But yes, but I also think that like there was a sense that maybe she was trying to not just work,
Yeah.
like have a family and do maybe when she does music, she wants to do it her way.
Yeah.
So there was like we have to drive her crazy. We have to get a reason to put her in a conservatorship. Is what it's. I mean, I'm not even saying
We'll
this
have
as
to
a.
work.
This isn't even theoretical. This
Yeah.
is literally what happened.
Yeah.
And then when they submitted files or paperwork to put her in a conservatorship, they said she had dementia. She was in her early 20s. She did not have dementia. She still doesn't. Like
Yeah.
it's just baffling.
Yeah, I know.
It's disgusting.
Dementia.
It's disgusting saying she has dementia. Nick, I literally worked with people that have dementia.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And I mean, there are certain things that can cause someone to get
She
a
didn't have
certain
dementia.
form of dementia,
We're not even
but
entertaining the
but
idea.
there's no way she did. If she did, she wouldn't have been
No.
able to perform, and like I don't think.
No,
Like,
Nick.
you know what
She
I
is a
mean?
coherent person.
Yeah.
Even with her quirks and whatever that she's going through right now,
Yeah.
she's still fine. I
Mhm.
see people that are quirky and weird like her all the damn fucking time.
Right?
Weirder. Have you
Yeah.
opened TikTok recently?
I know.
People are strange all over. You know what I mean? She just
Right.
happens to be one of the biggest pop stars that ever fucking lived.
Yeah.
Period.
Mhm.
And I mean like one of the biggest, like only next to like Cher and Madonna.
Yeah.
Like Lady Gaga too. I'd say Lady Gaga's up there with them.
Yeah.
Like Britney is like the blueprint for everyone that's out right now.
Oh, yeah.
But even before her, I think her blueprint was like Janet Jackson. So like I mean, there's a long line of like just I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Britney so much,
Yeah, me too.
and I just want her to do well.
Me too.
And I do hope in my little gay heart
Yeah.
that when the day comes that she feels ready, we get a new album from her.
Yeah.
A new album
I
that
think
she's
it will
involved in,
one
that
day.
she
I think she's
makes.
just trying to.
Even if she just chooses to make fun pop music, that's great.
Yeah.
But if she wants to tell more of like what happened to her and whatnot, that'd be wonderful too.
Yeah.
Because the book that she put out, like as explosive and little quotations as it was, like people couldn't stop the whole. People like everyone's main takeaway from that book was
Yeah.
what she said about Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
about his impression of Ja Rule or something.
Yeah.
Like literally, like completely missing the point. And when I read the book, I listened to the audiobook. It was performed. It was read by Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
And sorry, I just got a little something. Sorry, I gotta pause. By Michelle Williams. And it was there were some parts of it that felt like okay, like they're like she's trying to tell something here, but like it never fully goes there.
No.
We heard that clip of her speaking to the judge, and we heard that phone call.
Yeah.
She was desperate. She had been trafficked. She had been drugged. She had been held captive and abused for years.
Oh, yeah.
That book did not scratch the surface of anything.
No.
It truly didn't, and it didn't feel like something that it's just I don't know how involved she was with that. I don't know how involved she is with her brand.
Right.
I wonder if she is at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so the Free Britney movement happened.
Yeah.
It came and went, and I do have to question how free is Britney? Does she have complete like is she free?
Know.
Because I don't feel that she is.
I know.
I truly don't.
I know.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I think that we need to be looking into that a bit more.
Yeah. I
a few months back, or about a year ago, I shouldn't say a few months back. It was about a year, maybe even about a year ago, her brother, Brian Spears, his disgruntled girlfriend went on Snapchat or Instagram and was posting a horrible, or not horrible, sorry, I have to collect my thoughts here because I need to also pull up a photo to read it. But she exposed him
Yeah,
in a way that I found very interesting. It also included Britney. She exposed him in a way that I'm going to read here in a second. I'm just going to shut the fuck up and read it.
right. She's no longer under.
Okay,
Okay.
so I have the screenshots. I guess this was about 6 months ago. It felt like a fucking lifetime ago for some reason, so I estimated a year. But here's one. When you're 50 years old, referring to Brian, and beat up girls and get meth and mooch off your sister.
Mm.
Mexico has that cheap meth. Adderall, you can tell by people's faces. It's sad. I've always tried to be a help, but some people are their worst enemy. Someone needs to tell this girl how her brother's blowing through all her money on prostitutes, not just drugs. LMIO. I dodged a bullet. And then she has another one. She goes, Brian, why don't you tell Brittany? Sorry, I'm just going to quote exactly what she says here.
Mhm.
Brian, why don't you tell B how you talk shit about her to her security, Nina, and everyone else in her life? Like Cade, your mom, me, all your friends. You love to control her and use all her money. Poor girl is posting videos of you thinking you're being a good brother. Yet I have recordings of what the fuck is your actual agenda. Do yourself a favor and stop with the Mexican math and bullshit and harassing me every day telling me I'm cheating on you while I am watching a movie with my mom. Then find out you're in Mexico back for more drugs while you haven't been by my side one day since I was diagnosed with cancer. Fuck you. Keep drugging up your sister and living off her money and complaining to everyone that she's hallucinating talking to walls. You were going to kill your sister like my brother died.
Wow.
Uh
Crazy.
Crazy. So that alleges from someone that's literally like like come on.
Yeah.
Like that they're drugging her and
Yeah.
she's hallucinating talking to walls and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. So like yeah, I question how free she is.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where she was
But yeah, here it's. But I
well, I'm
mean,
trying
who
to find the other one
knows?
here.
Says she's all legal proceedings tied to the conservatorship have been resolved. She's full. I can never say this word. Auton- Autonomy,
Autonomy.
marking a definitive closure. 2 years of legal restriction. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I can't help but think there is maybe some people involved in her life that might be helping her out a little bit, but I
Yeah.
think it's out of like due to her choosing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
And then there was another one where she was another story where she says that Brian would have Brittany lay on her back and play with herself after her shows in Vegas for all of his friends. Yeah, while she was under the conservatorships, like just like
Wow.
totally like just someone that's still very close to her right now that she really trusts that just is manipulating her just in a lot of
Wow.
ways, I guess, allegedly.
Yeah.
It appears that way, honestly, to me. And I
Yeah.
think that should be more people should talk about it again because we all talked about it and were loud enough about it before that someone had to do something
Yeah.
with the quotation air bunny marks or
Mhm.
things here.
Yeah.
But we're kind of starting to run out of time here a bit.
Mhm.
So I just want
Mhm.
to talk a bit about Lord's new album. We've listened.
Great. Always. She's always like she's got it going for her. I mean,
She's the queen.
yeah.
She people always doubt her before she comes out with a record.
Yeah.
I don't,
No.
but people do. And then
Right.
it comes out and it's incredible. It always is.
Mhm.
She like nobody sounds like her. I think that a lot of people try to, but she's just a genius. She really is. Like I
Yeah.
don't like calling people geniuses, like because they end up like people like Kanye West sometimes if you
Yeah.
call them that. But
Right.
um, I don't know. Like I just don't think that she would. turn out that way, so I'm going to call her a genius because I truly think
Yeah.
she is a musical genius. Like,
Right.
she just, the way that she, I don't know, she uses her vocals like an instrument. The production's so interesting. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, there's always so many layers to the song. Like, you notice new sounds and new
Yeah.
production and new vocal notes and ad libs and background things. Like, every time you listen, like each time you listen.
Yeah.
And it's doing really well. I think it's gonna. Last time I checked here online, is the predictions are it's gonna debut around the top 3 in the Billboard or on the Billboard 200 or whatever, which is good.
Yeah.
That's great for her.
That's amazing.
I guess I don't guess. I read that there are predictions out there that is going to be one of, if not the best sales week of her career so far. And she's also going on a tour that's sold out. She's doing a sold out arena tour.
Yeah.
Super proud of her. I'll do a ranking of my favorite songs. It's gonna be really hard too because I've been thinking all week like I should rank this on Instagram, but I love every song so fucking much. Like, that there's not a song on here that I like less than the other. There's truly not. So
yeah.
Like, I guess there is, but like I don't want it to sound like there's not any song in here that's bad. Like, I want to listen to all these songs all the time, but there's just more that there's some that I just like more than others, I guess. So
Yeah.
Shapeshifter, or no, sorry. Let me start over. Favorite Daughter. What Was That? Shapeshifter.
Right.
Man of the Year. If She Could See Me Now. Hammer. Current Affairs. Broken Glass. Get Ready, Grown Woman.
Yeah.
Clear Blue, and then David.
Yeah.
And I love all of these.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
Right.
I would need you to rank it really quick. Bring it up. Here, I'll send you a screenshot.
I don't even know enough of them yet.
Well, we've listened to it like 10 times, so just, you don't have. It's not something that has to be set in stone, babe. I'm gonna send you. Let me just send it to you really quick. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna come for you if your ranking's bad or different than theirs, or
right.
Okay, I just sent you the screenshot.
Okay. Well, Shapeshifter, I sort of remember that, so I'll say that. The whole album's out now, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, wait. Get Ready With Me. Why do I remember that one?
What do you mean? Why do you?
Yeah, I don't know.
You remembered them all.
Yeah.
You were just singing them earlier, humming along and everything else.
Yeah, but I don't really pay attention to the names.
Oh.
A lot of times. I don't know. I haven't listened to it enough to have my favorites yet.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you listening to?
Shapeshifter, though, we've had, like, I remember that one. I mean, that's kind of my top one right now.
Well, what are you listening to? Like, open up your Apple Music and tell me what you've been listening to.
Well, I can't because my phone's on.
Oh. Well, what have you been listening to?
Just whatever's on my favorites. Like, I don't even know what I've been listening to lately. I like to listen to, like, a lot of remixes. But yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Kesha released a new song, The One.
Yes.
Is the name of the song. It's great, anthemic, wonderful, beautiful song. Leading up to her first release.
Her album.
Yep. Her album releases this Friday coming.
Yeah.
July 4th.
Like, judging by just that song, I can't wait to see what else.
And then Boy Crazy is like my favorite song of the year so far.
Yeah. I'm excited
summer for sure. I think maybe of the year. Yeah.
Right.
Such a great song. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I'm really excited.
I feel like Kesha's album's gonna be like the album of the summer.
It's already shaping up to be, so I agree.
Yeah.
It is shaping up to be the album of the summer.
Mm.
Yeah, so that releases July 4th. Next week we're gonna be talking a lot about the Kesha album.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
Also on the horizon, Miley Cyrus is releasing a music video tomorrow, which is, I believe, just a kind of like a clip from her music film that she put out in theaters there for
Oh yes.
It's for the music video for the track "Every Girl You've Ever Loved," which is my favorite song off the record.
Right.
It's kind of tied with "Reborn," but
Mm-hmm.
featuring Naomi Campbell, who does she speaks in it,
Yeah.
and it's great. I love
Right.
it. The song's great because of it.
Yeah.
So that comes out tomorrow, the music video for that, and then the full concert movie itself. Concert movie? No, not a concert movie. It's a visual album experience of sorts.
Yes.
Will be on Disney Plus towards the end of July. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to watching that.
Yes.
Yeah, Nick.
I'm excited.
Yeah, everyone follow us on Instagram. It's empty.thoughtspod.
Yeah.
Wherever you're listening to us right now, Spotify, Apple, YouTube,
Blue Sky.
wherever. Blue Sky. I don't know if you're listening to us on Blue Sky. Do you post our Instagram?
Yeah, I shared on Blue Sky. I always share our stuff.
Yeah, like it, rate us 5 stars if you enjoy it.
Follow.
Share us with your friends. Encourage your family members or your close friends to follow us. Yeah, thanks for so much, guys. Nick, why don't you sign us out?
Listen. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, like I said, big topic next week will be our thoughts on the new Kesha album. So tune in for that.
In the meantime, go stream Boy Crazy and The One.
Yes.
By Kesha and Joyride and Delusional.
That's right.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye. Peace out.